what do I do when my kids don't finish their food? I don't want to tell them to finish what they're eating, but find that I do that. So in response to that question, I would say, number one, know that you're not the only parent that does that. Most people do that to their kids. Number two, make it collaborative and just say to the kids, look, I want to work with you in understanding how much food you want and actually need. So will you just help mummy understand your body a little bit more? Once it's collaborative and they feel you're genuinely interested, they're more likely to give you a true account. So my son will be like, I'm full up to here, because clearly he's saving that much space for snacks and whatever else he wants. And that might not be true, but it just starts getting them to listen into their own bodies. If they are returning for food later, you can probably assume that the portion was too small. If they're not, maybe it's too big. So too big a portion, another really common mistake that we make, because we think we know how much they need to eat. So we say to use your hands as a guide. Use their hands as a guide. A palm of carbs. So imagine roti, rice, potato, chips. And then imagine a palm for protein. So would that be lentils, tofu, soya? It will be beans, legumes, lentils, chicken, steak, fish. And then it is, what have I forgotten? Fiber. I would say, yeah, 2 palms, 2 fistfuls of fiber, like a whole hand worth of fiber. Fiber is your vegetables, your fruits, but more vegetables. So get them loads of that. And again, if they're eating high fiber food, lots of vegetables, they may feel fuller sooner because fiber is quite filling. And that's also age dependent. So think about if you're giving them too much visually, it might be overloading them, visually overbearing. Then finally, on the question of saying eat your dinner, then get your sweet treat, that's something we want to avoid because it teaches children to be rewarded for finishing their food versus listening to their bodies. You want them to know that they're done rather than let me quickly eat this all so I can get the chocolate. The other thing is food isn't a reward for an action, whether that's finishing their dinner or not, because it's creating that relationship then with the sweet food. And yes, you can let them stop their meal, go to something sweet, and they're likely to come back. My little one will do that, but we just think they're not going to eat their real food. They're just going to eat loads of sweets and sugars. Kids don't typically do that. They've got a really good innate sense of what their bodies need, and they can't just get cracked up and live off chocolate. I do a sugar class for kids. I go through what sugar does to the body and what sugar attacks on your teeth are. So hook me up if you want to know more about that.